Pablo Picasso was a painter, sculptor, printmaker, ceramicist, and theater designer born October 25, 1881 in Spain, although he lived most of his adult life in France until his death on April 11, 1973, at the age of 91. His father was also an artist and an art professor. Pablo showed a strong artistic talent at a very young age. This oldest surviving artwork was painted when he was just 9 years old. Throughout his long life, he experimented with different art theories and techniques, and due to this exploration of new ideas, Picasso's work is often categorized into periods: the Blue Period, the Rose Period, the African-influenced period, the Analytical Cubism. His later works combined elements of many of his earlier styles. Picasso is credited with co-founding the Cubism movement with artist Georges Braque. This style is known for not being realistic, breaking down objects into geometric shapes, and showing multiple angles all at the same time. If you look at some of these portraits by Picasso, you will notice the front of the face along with the profile or side of the face on one flat surface. Today, we will draw a portrait in this style: your sketchbook, a pencil, and something to add color with. And today I'm just going to use markers like these. You could also use colored pencils or crayons, or you could even just use values of gray by just coloring with your pencils. It's all up to you, the artist. You'll need to open your sketchbook to one of the pages that looks like this, that has the page divided into 4. And we're going to use this as a guide to help us keep our proportions right of our face. If you do not happen to have your sketchbook, we can take a piece of paper and divide it into 4. So to do that, you'll just take your paper and you'll fold it short sides together and just line up the edges. Fold it, push down and across to keep sure that it's straight. And then just open it and fold it again across this way, creating our 4 sections, so that when you open it, you have your 4 sections just like you do in the sketchbook. So to start, you're going to need your pencil, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start the profile of the forehead and the nose. And what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top and make a little bit like a S shape, going over, right back to the line, back over. There's your nose. So you should now have a shape like this. Now we're going to continue down with the mouth, going down, a little bit of a curve in, and a curve back out to form the mouth, and back in to make our chin. And as you can see, now we have a forehead where your eyes will be, your nose, your mouth. And now we're going to add the chin and the neck back up like this. And then we're going to add a line down here for our neck. So now you can see we have the basic start of the profile or the side of our face. So now what we're going to do is we are going to make the profile of our eye, which is the side of our eye. You're going to, right here where it comes in, you're going to go a little bit across from here and make this triangle looking shape. Now we're going to draw the oval shape right here between, like this, for our eye, adding the center of our eye. And then a little bit here, our top of our top eyelid. And then next we're going to draw in our eyebrow. And now we've drawn the profile side of our face. Now move on to the front side of our face. And we're going to go from the chin, continue this line up and over, and then the other side of our neck. And now we're going to draw the front view of our eye. So pretty much across from here, you're going to draw your eye shape, which is this kind of pointy oval shape. Then you're going to draw your eye in, a little bit of a U shape, and then center of the eye here, the top of your eyelid, and then your brow for this side. Now we're going to draw our lip in and our lip on this side as well. And now we have the profile side of our face and our front view of our portrait. Now you can add colors. And in a lot of Picasso's portraits, he used a lot of bright primary colors, not even natural colors that you would normally find in your face. So feel free to draw whatever colors you would like. I notice with the markers that I'm using that when I draw near the black, it tends to blend out the colors. So I'm going to color all of my face in first, and then the very last step, I'm going to add in my black. And I notice if I use the side of my marker, I get a lot thicker line. Kind of make sure that you still know where those lines are later if you're going to want to color them in with a different color. So just be careful of when you're coloring next to a color that is maybe a little wet, because like you can see here, I picked up a little bit of the blue in my orange there. And you feel free to turn your book whichever way makes it easier for you to color. And now that I have colored this all in, now I'm going to go back through and I'm going to kind of highlight some of those lines if you choose to. You don't necessarily have to. And then I'm also going to those eyes. Now the thing is, you might, when you're coloring on some of this, if you don't want to get it on your hand, you can always place a piece of paper down to give your hand a place to rest while you color, so you're not getting the color on you. Now I'm just going to go over the lines that we drew before just to bring those back out. Now, if you have a permanent marker, you could do this ahead of time, but with these washable markers, they somewhat blend. That's why I'm doing it afterwards. Here's your Pablo Picasso inspired Cubism portrait. So we have our profile side of our face along with our front of our face showing at the same time, which is something that he liked to do, to show all sides of something all at once. So have fun looking at things differently, breaking things down into shapes, and having fun with color as you draw your own portrait.